So recently I just got back from a trip to Halifax. While we were there we had to rent a car, but we didn't rent a Tesla. The reason for that is the charging infrastructure in Nova Scotia is not as good as it could be, and so the electric car was going to be a little too risky for us to do the trip that we wanted to do. So we rented just a normal gas car, but while driving this car it did make me realize all the things that I really love about the Tesla. And so this video is going to be 5 things that I really like about the Tesla that I missed not having with this gas car that we rented. Now, some of these things are not exclusive to Teslas, this is just EVs in general. But regardless, let's get started with number 1. So the first thing that I really like about the Tesla, and this one is not exclusive to Teslas, this is a characteristic of EVs in general, is having one pedal driving. So what I mean by that is with electric cars you have regenerative braking. And what that is when you let off the throttle, the motors will brake for you, helping you slow down, and it also puts electricity back into your battery. Having regenerative braking as part of your throttle control is something that I didn't expect to miss so much when I switched to using that gas car on our trip. And it was right away noticeable to me that I was so used to having regenerative braking that I actually had issues maintaining my speed consistently while driving that vehicle on our trip. So that's the number one thing for me that made a big difference, was having regenerative braking or one pedal driving. That's the number one thing that I definitely have to have when it comes to driving now. I'm so used to it. So now this brings me to my second point, and that is the navigation. The vehicle we had for our rental, the navigation was there, let's put it that way. It worked, but it wasn't the same thing. The navigation on a Tesla is far superior than any other car I've seen so far. I'm sure there's something out there that's just as good, if not better, but from my experience, you can't beat the navigation on a Tesla. It's everything you need and more. And then the added part to it that makes it even more impressive, which I really wish I had when I was on this trip, is the fact that this will also show you charging locations. And it's not that you can't find a gas station or something like that on the nav in the vehicle that we're using, but it'll pop up automatically, so there's no guessing. And the navigation system on the rental car we had was so poor as far as it wasn't snappy like this one is, where I found myself having to actually look at my phone to find locations for things because I couldn't do it with the one on the car. It was just too slow, just not adequate for day-to-day driving, especially when you're on a trip trying to find places in areas you're not familiar with. So hands down, the Tesla navigation is far superior to any other one I've seen so far. Like I said, there's probably something out there that's just as good, if not better, but from my experience, you can't beat the Tesla navigation. And for number 3, the thing that I like a lot about the Tesla is that. Not having to have a key to lock the door and no fob to push or anything. Just walk away and it locks. The other big one too is I don't need to use the fob to open the door as well. That's a big one as well. That really bothered me with the rental car. It wasn't a big deal, but when your hands are full and stuff, I like to be able to just walk up and push it and it opens, not having to go into my pockets to get a key. So number 4 on the list is kind of a selfish one. It is the ability to keep the AC or the climate control on when you leave the car, whether it's for the dog mode or the camper mode or just leaving it on as you walk away. That feature is so underrated. People don't understand how nice it is to come back to your car and not have it be really hot or really cold when you're out and about doing what you got to do. And for some circumstances too, you use less energy to keep it on than you would to have it shut off and then to try to recool or reheat back to where it was. So it actually does make the car a little bit more efficient if you're not in for a long time. So the final thing is the power. And no, I don't mean power as in, yeah, it's fast. I mean, the power is available if I need it. Passing people when you're going into the left lane, merging onto highways, or if someone's coming quicker than you think you are, you still have that power to get up to speed and just get ahead of them so you don't have to worry about it. I find that having the power available, even if I don't need to go fast, is still very, very useful. Because I'm personally a fairly conservative driver. I don't really, speed per se, right? So having the power just available if I need it is something that when you don't have it, you feel less confident in your driving sometimes. So it's definitely something that I missed having, and it's number 5 on the list. And those are the big things that I love about this car, that when I didn't have them, I really wish I did. So with all this is my opinion and my views on it. So leave a comment down below if you agree or you disagree, because this is a lot of new tech involved, and so things are always changing. So some people may not like it or haven't experienced it yet. So yeah, let's see what people think. Leave it down below. All right, thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss it. See you.